BitBoy Ben Armstrong about to serve a prison sentence? Question everything. Trust nothing. Welcome to Debate Crypto. It's your boys, Keeper and Crusader. It's a beautiful Friday. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Excited about the show today. Y'all are suggesting it's a thumbnail. I may or may not have some extra info. Y'all know we're close. So stick around for that. Super excited about it. Crusader, what else is on the podium today?
Dude, we got all kinds of things happening with Ethereum. We got stuff going on in some BitTrue and some other people been getting hacked lately. I know we haven't heard about hacks lately in a while because, you know, we're back down in the bear market, but they're still happening. So you guys need to be aware of what's going on. And yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting show for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm super excited about it. Google's got some stuff going on right now, some antitrust laws also. So stick around. It's going to be a fantastic show. If you haven't already, smash that like. It is literally the free thing that you can do to support Crusader and I. Point blank period. If you're on the live chat and you're on mobile, just X out, boom, smash that like. Make sure you've got the bell notification on as well. That'll let you know every time we go live, or at least it should. So hopefully that's working well. Yeah, let's dive into the chat real quick. Let me say hi. Unforgettable name. Number one in the chat again. I'm telling you, I think Unforgettable Name has an alarm set to beat us even in here. So congrats on that one.
Thank you for the beard comment.
Burke, welcome. Who else we got up in the house? We have got, I got to scroll down a little bit. Y'all were talking. Secret Soul Society.
Hairy Nuts.
Billy, Hairy Nuts. What? Did I miss a name? Is there a Hairy Nuts in the... Alex S. Brokioshi No Dinero. Good to see everybody. Harry Newt, I think, was the reference that you were looking for, but we can call him Harry Nuts. That's fine. And then, as always, we got Kenton in the house. Good to see everybody. Super excited. Billy thinks he's slick. He's on 2 accounts now. You know what I mean? But we've already doxed him. He knows we know. We love you, Billy. Glad that you're here. All right, cool. Let's check out the markets. Let's start there, as always. And then we will get on into it. So the global crypto market cap is at, drum roll please, as I update, 1.27 trillion with a T dollars. That's up 0.85%. I think we can thank Ethereum for that because Bitcoin's at 30,288. Crusader, did Bitcoin hit 31?
Yes, it actually did. It hit right at 31 before coming right back down.
I thought so. So that's at 30,288, looking for hopefully another push up. It's still up 8.52% on the week. Ethereum, $2,081. I want to tell everybody this. I don't know if anybody saw this or not. I messaged Crusader last night on crypto.com. ETH hit 2,200. I was like, let's go. So I was excited to see that. We're up 3.25%. BNB at 327. XRP fam, put them up. We're at 52 cents, rocking and rolling towards that $589. Cardano at 43 cents, up a couple percent. Polygon Matic up a couple percent. And Solana actually is in the red, down 1%. But what can you expect after a 20% pump or whatever it's had over this last week? All right, so I know we did TA Thursday yesterday. What are the charts telling you today?
Yeah, dude, I'll show you real quick here what I'm seeing in the charts for Bitcoin, and we'll even look at ETH as well.
Did you see my private chat note, by the way? Just a side note.
Yeah, I forgot. That's not happening.
Okay, cool.
It's just one of those things. So as we can see here, Bitcoin went all the way up to 31.17, 31.40, give or take. Right, like we've been riding the top of this RSI band here in the overbought territory. Market cipher B also showing overbought, right, with massive momentum, but the VWAP is coming down. See the pivots here where we're at, right? That 32,000 is a strong monthly pivot. If we bring it down to, let's say, the weekly, let's see what we can see here for the weekly pivot. So for the weekly pivot, as you can see right here, 30,000. Look how many times we've touched this line right here. Resistance. It's been very hard to stay above 30,000 and hold 30,000. Well, 30,500, I should say. Let me clarify. We're above 30,000, but 30,500 you know, marks that 100% from the bottom of 15.5, give or take. So it's been very rough to stay above there. But let's jump over to Ethereum and see what ETH is going on.
Let's go, baby. This is my girl right here. What's she doing?
So on the weekly pivots here, you can see resistance at $2,100, $24. Right, we touched it, we came right back down. So that was a perfect sale if you were selling at that pivot line. If we jump out into the monthly for ETH,
it's gonna look beautiful as well.
I'm sure. 2173, not too much higher than before what we saw in the other one. But we are, you know, well above $2,000 here. I mean, dude, it's looking good. But the RSI over here as well, as you can tell, you know, above that overbought territory, not looking too good on that end. But we can exist out there for quite a bit of time. Could this be the beginning of the altcoin season? As you can see, the trend catcher here from Lux has turned green. Lux hasn't spit out any strong buy signals here, except for all the way back here. But, you know, we did win to the red, and now we turned back green again. So I don't know. The EQ cloud is still looking bullish. It's expanding. I mean, could be the beginning of the altcoin season.
Yeah, hopefully it is. We obviously want to see. I'd love to see the super cycle play out. I mean, it's something that people always say, you know, can't happen, won't happen. Well, I mean, I think that it could happen. I think that it can. Let's actually see it happen. Now, before we dive into the articles, first of all, just a reminder, smash those likes. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials. We've got TikTok popping off. We've got Twitter popping off. Make sure you're following us on all the socials. Our links are down below the stream. But I want to remind everybody of something. We had pre-send on the show the other day. We have a link down below the stream for pre-send. If you are doing anything crypto, do you not think that $1 is worth it to make sure that there is no mistakes or that you're not interacting with a malicious smart contract? I do.
What mistakes, bro?
Yeah, no, you don't make mistakes
here.
You don't make mistakes. Just like the fact that you are currently under my name, I will help you out and change your name just so people don't get confused. There you go.
That was you when I wasn't looking.
Gotcha. But yeah, so just want to throw out there, if you are going to be doing anything in the crypto space, we really would throw out there for $1, you can protect yourself. So that link is down below the stream. All right. So speaking of protecting yourself,
well, before we speak about that, this guy says we're going to hit 10,000. Burke says we're going to hit 10,000 subs for this month, dude.
This month,
I hope so.
Heck yeah.
We got 15 days left.
Show me.
So let's make it happen.
Prove it. Yeah, I definitely want to see that for sure. All right, so like I said, protect yourself. BitTrue exploited for $24.4 million in tokens. Now, before I read this article, I do want to say something real quick. I know that's a surprise.
When I told you about it, you're like, uh-oh. I think I got wiped. Let me go check.
So I have been very vocal about how I don't hold money on exchanges. I just don't. Well, it's true, but I kind of spaced on some money on an exchange, and it happens to be BitTrue. So Crusader tells me, or I pulled up the article or whatever, we were talking about it, and my kind of heart sunk down into my stomach, and I was like, uh-oh. So at any event, just want to let everybody know Keeper's funds are safe. So I know everybody was considerably worried about that, but my funds are safe. All right, so back to it. BitTrue exploited for $24.4 million in tokens. So they've been exploited for roughly $24.4 million in tokens, the exchange confirmed on Twitter. We have identified a brief exploit in one of our hot wallets. The exchange tweeted, "We were able to address this matter quickly and prevented the further exploit of funds. We take this matter seriously and are currently investigating the situation." The exchange explained that attackers were able to withdraw assets in Ether, Quant, GALA, SHIB, HOT, and Matic, but only exploited a hot wallet that holds less than 5% of its overall funds. The rest of our wallets remain secure and have not been compromised, it stated. BitTrue did temporarily suspend all withdrawals and plans to reopen them on April 18th. And it said I think this is important, all identified users who were affected by this incident will be compensated in full. The exploiter swapped for 8,858 Ether, but kept most of the stolen SHIB and hot tokens. So this person's not very smart. They're keeping the SHIB. You know what I mean? Like, come on now. What kind of an actual hacker is this to keep Shiba Inu? You know what I'm saying? No, not today. Yeah. So these exploits as they happen, we've got another one we're going to talk about here in a second. Crusader, is there a fundamental problem in the crypto space? Are the exchanges moving too fast, or are these hackers just this daggone smart? You understand the backside of this. I don't.
Man, there's a lot of people out there with a lot of time on their hands, right?
Mhm.
Because you only got to be successful at a very small rate of attempts that you got to do to get into one of these exchanges, and you can make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
1 to 2 years worth of your salary, and then you can try it all over again later down the line. So, people have a lot of time. There's a lot of tools out there. You don't have to be a genius to do some of this stuff. There's a lot of powerful tools being sold on the dark web that help
Mhm.
you hack into certain things. So hacking is not always like some computer genius. Some guy just has enough money to buy the right tools and use those tools to make things happen. Um, so it's not the exchange's fault in the fact that they're moving too fast. It's just these things are unpreventable. It's just like back in the day we used to have bank robberies all the time,
Yeah.
right? It was easy access. There was a lot of ways that people could get away and they wouldn't be able to get caught. So same exact things is happening here with the crypto. There's a lot of money rushing into this ecosystem. People know this, and people from anywhere around the entire world can make an attempt on these exchanges and possibly get away with it. So there's definitely a lot of targets, and that's exactly this is one of the reasons why you should definitely not leave your stuff on exchanges. The other one is you can't trust the centralized exchange, not because they're going to allow hackers, but you want to hold custody of your own money,
Yep.
and this is one of the problems is hackers as well.
This is a fantastic advertisement for our ledger link. I mean, ultimately, you're right. It's all about, we talk about hardware wallets a lot for a lot of different reasons. Mainly, it's the crypto ethos, BYOB, be your own bank. But I got to tell you, it wasn't a good feeling when I saw this and realized it just kind of hit me like, oh, I don't have everything off of exchanges. I forgot I do have some funds on BitTrue. Nonetheless, it was XRP, by the way, Crusader, that was on there. That
Damn it, they should have taken out. See, even the hackers didn't want XRP.
Even the hackers
The
didn't.
hackers were like, XRP, yeah, I'll take the SHIB.
Yeah, we'll take
I'll take
SHIB.
the SHIB.
Don't want that.
Leave XRP.
Yeah, so
At least they had morals.
Yeah, for sure. They looked twice. They actually saw my specific wallet and they're like, yeah, we're not willing to step over the line there. We're gonna just continue to exploit. The thing is that I think is interesting. They do have to have here's my question. How are they getting these funds off? So, okay, they make the exchange to Ether. They can see on the blockchain. Let me pull this next article up and watch this. I want to ask you how this works. You can probably give me a good idea. Here's another one. Hacker mints a quadrillion YUSDT after exploiting an old urine finance contract. It says a hack that allowed an exploiter to mint a quadrillion urine from 10 grand in the latest DeFi hack. According to security firm, the hacker then swapped the USDT stablecoins, YUSDT stablecoins, allowing them to take hold of $11.6 million worth of stablecoins. This was 61,000 packs, 1.5 million true, blah, blah, blah. You see all of the different stablecoins that they grab. Okay, this right here. So, Crusader, we have a little thing called the blockchain. And these hackers are operating on the same blockchain as we are. Let's take one variable out, okay? Check this out. It says the hacker already managed to transfer 1,000 ETH and to the sanctioned cryptocurrency mixer Tornado Cash. So let's take Tornado Cash out. How are these hackers able to actually get the money? It's like if you steal marked bills from a bank and the bills are marked, they're pretty freaking hard to spend. So how they'll be able to follow? Is there some sort of a process that they're going through to do this? Because I feel like I could have all the ETH in the world, and if I can't spend it, it doesn't do me any good.
Oh, you're saying so? Your question is how could they get?
How are they off ramping?
Hook it. How do they take it off? Oh, how do they off ramp
Well,
it?
yeah, are they off ramping, or either that they start buying NFTs and then they move NFTs to a different?
Yeah,
You could do a whole bunch of obfuscating for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, somebody sitting there watching this, that's actually watching, is going to go boom, boom, boom.
But what are they going to do
boom,
about it?
boom.
Realistically, once it's off the exchange and you have full custody of it, they can't do anything about it unless
No,
it's a centralized blockchain that they can revert transactions from happening.
Well, what I'm asking though is the transactions can happen all day long, but at some point, if they want to get that back to fiat, they've got to get it off. How are they?
I don't think it'd be smart to do that. I don't think it'd be smart to get to fiat for that one purpose. And I do think as well that the only other ways that they can get out to fiat is OTC deals, right? They can definitely go to the black market, offer a discounted premium on the price of it, right? So let's say they stole the XRP. XRP is at 50 cents, right? And say, hey, I'll sell it to you at 50% off, right, for 25 cents a token,
Okay.
OTC, straight up cash, and I'll transfer it to your account. Bam, slam, wham. I think that'd be the only smart way that you can do off ramping with stolen funds. If they try to actually use a centralized exchange to off ramp, I think that's how these dumb criminals get caught, because that'd be the dumbest thing to do.
So, but think about it. Let's say they move it into some NFTs and they start, like I said, obfuscating and trying to make it very cryptic as to what's happening. At some point, you're operating within the crypto ecosystem, and then you want to be able to get outside of the crypto ecosystem for things that you want to buy elsewhere, right? At some point, there's a transaction that do you think that they basically have plausible deniability to say, hey, wait a minute, I had nothing to do with that. I didn't know this person when the wallet transfers happened. That's not a KYC wallet. That's not a KYC wallet. That's not I didn't have anything to do with it. I freaking apparently was part of the attack as well. And they're able to just act as if, hey, I had no idea, I wasn't a part of it.
Oh, you're saying the person that ends up buying those tokens from the criminal, eventually, if they try to off ramp, if they come
I'm
looking
saying if
for
the
them,
criminal
like, hey,
starts moving it around everywhere and gets wild with it, and then they sell some NFTs or whatever they sell, and then they go to off ramp, you think they have plausible deniability at that point to say, hey, look, I just was selling an NFT that I bought from somewhere.
Yeah, they could definitely be, if they do it the right way. I think if they mix it up enough inside, right? That's why one of the reasons why Tornado Cash is such a threat, right? Is because they make it very difficult to follow along where everything is going. And then at some point you just say, hey, bro, somebody send me some ETH that they owed me some money, right? And they just sent it to me. I didn't know that was stolen money. I used that money to buy an NFT. Then I sold that NFT for profit and I cashed it out. Like, I didn't know anything was going on, right? There's no way to mark certain tokens as tainted tokens in that aspect. So,
or at least those tokens weren't marked. They do have the blacklisted tokens that they're able to, kind of, that I've seen before. But okay, I was just kind of curious because as I was thinking through it, I was like, well, it's great. You got 9,000 more Ethereum that
not just that, but
can't do anything with.
You have to really create a stink somewhere for them to follow it along so far. I mean, you have to be talking about tons and tons of money, but if they do small amounts here, small amounts there, I think you can get away with it for sure. Obviously,
I mean, it was $24 million to me.
Anybody. Huh?
$24 million to me is a lot of money, I would say.
Oh, I know, but I'm saying, like, if they're off ramping small amounts and they do all the shenanigans that we talked about, I think it'd be very hard to push up red flags unless they're trying to off ramp large amounts at a time.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, just be careful, folks. This is, just like anything else in the world, there's going to be people. Yeah, there's going to be people that are criminals, and then there's going to be law-abiding citizens.
Be smart.
If you're a criminal, just be smart about being a criminal, for sure. Smash that like. Speaking of being smart, I heard that we were down a few likes. We've got 36 people in here right now, so I'm hoping to see at least 36 likes. Somebody also said, Stink Eye said, great name. Ignorance is not a defense. Receiving stolen items is still receiving stolen goods. So I think Stink Eye is a police officer for sure, because that definitely is.
Are you a Fed, bro? Are you here undercover?
Stink
Are you
Eye
messing
is
with
one
our
of the
phone
feds.
calls?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, cool. Let's move on. Let's talk about Google. Google is always in the spotlight somewhere, but this one's not exactly great. The DOJ claims Google's search engine monopoly stifled AI innovation. The Department of Justice thinks there's something illegal about Google's exclusivity deals now that it has a monopoly on the search market.
What's not illegal about Google?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a wild, as we read through this and we talk through it, I think, we have a better understanding. Kenneth Dintzer, a top lawyer representing the US DOJ in its case against Google, has accused the tech giant of stifling AI innovation by monopolizing the search market through exclusivity deals, according to a report by Bloomberg. There are currently 2 high-profile antitrust cases against Google. One of the lawsuits filed in 2020 alleges that the company's deals with clients like Apple to preload its search engine on devices and browsers violate federal antitrust laws. He said, what's been going on for the past 12 years is Google's been maintaining its monopoly. Would we have seen ChatGPT 6 years earlier? Would we see 5 other competitors competing for search? Those are questions none of us can answer. While the exact figure is unknown, Google pays billions with a B to Apple every year to give a competitive edge as a default search engine on the Safari web browser, which comes preloaded on iPhones, iPads, and desktop and laptop Mac computers. They are paying billions of dollars for those defaults, reportedly said Dinser. Google keeps saying it's because people want us. If people wanted it, they wouldn't be paying billions of dollars. Crusader, do you feel, obviously you're not an attorney, but do you feel like there's something wrong with with Google paying a company like Apple billions of dollars as part of a business deal to have their search engine preloaded onto their phones and iPads and whatnot?
As a business person, ingenious, right? You have tons of money and you're forcing everybody to come into your funnel and nobody gets a second option by default, right? They have to, and they understand that people are so lazy that they, even though they have the possibility to go and download another browser like I do and use that, they won't. They will just use what's a default on the phone. And that's why it's so important for these companies to become default applications and so forth on these phones. That's why they pay so much high dollars for it.
Yeah.
So as a business, great. As a moral thing, is definitely not the right way to go. Right? It stifles innovation. A lot of these companies, right? We've seen it with Facebook. We've seen it with Google. They buy out anything that they smell could be possible competition. They offer them a ridiculous amount of money, and then they either integrate it into their system, and they don't like, hey, we bought this company that's doing this great thing. They're just like, they just absorb it. Look how great we are. We just made another innovation. And it makes it seem like there is no competition out there, or they just throw their weight. If a company doesn't want to sell out, right, they'll throw their weight against them and try to push them out of the marketplace one way or another.
Yeah,
so that's
I agree with you on that for sure. The business side of it says, hey, it makes a whole lot of sense. And what's happening here though is these antitrust laws are surrounding monopolies is just saying, hey, listen, like you are taking the full market share. You are paying people to make sure that you have all of the market share. So why does that matter? Well, the reason it matters is because you do have things like ChatGPT that they were referring to earlier, right? I'm going to pull up the rest of this real quick and show you kind of where this heads from there. So as we get farther down here, since launching in November 2022, ChatGPT has been at the forefront of conversations about AI development, though it has not been without controversy. We've obviously talked about this. The blockchain community noted back in December that learner was clever enough to exploit the learner, meaning ChatGPT, was clever enough to exploit a smart contract. Chatbot has also prompted fears that an AI arms race could, if unchecked, lead to catastrophic consequences should society fail to prepare adequate safeguards for the advent of human competitive technology, also known as AI, artificial general intelligence. If I could speak to that, that'd be great. Last month, high-profile Bitcoin investors and tech luminaries like Twitter and Tesla CEO Elon Musk and Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak were among the 1,100 signatories calling for ChatGPT creator OpenAI to pause development on systems more intelligent than ChatGPT-4. However, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong came out in firm opposition to this proposal, arguing that, as with many technologies, there are dangers, but we should keep marching forward with progress because the good outweighs the bad. Crusader, are you surprised that Brian Armstrong would be the one to come out to say, hey, no, wait a minute, don't stop ChatGPT, let this thing keep rocking and rolling? Why are we seeing massive tech luminaries, as they're calling them, versus Brian Armstrong, who would be considered the same type of thing? Why is Brian Armstrong, the owner and CEO of Coinbase, saying, let's keep it rocking? And then you have Elon Musk saying, whoa, pump the brakes.
Well, I don't know exactly, but my suspicions is, people are using ChatGPT right now to do a lot of different things, whether it's content creation, whether it's, even Bill Noble, right, uses ChatGPT to come up with some analysis and some possible predictions on some, mathematical equations and, astronomical events and how it all affects the Bitcoin price through history data. So, all of that is great. Even though Elon Musk warns about AI, he's also going to start building. I think he just announced he's going to start building a competitor to ChatGPT. But the problem is, I understand Elon's warning about AI. I've been warning about. I've been very worried about AI for a long time. This isn't true AI. This is just kind of like more of a virtual assistant, right? It only knows what you feed it, give or take, right? It's not full Ultron just yet, coming up with its own decisions. But The problem is with Elon, like I said, calling for a stop to AI is impossible, because even in the US says, okay, Elon, you have spoken and we will listen and we will stop all AI, right? And all the NATO countries come together and say, okay, we'll stop all the AI. There's still gonna be some countries out there like
China.
to say
China.
no, right? We're going to continue going. And even if they say yes, you're gonna say, yeah, we'll stop. How do you know, right? How would
Mhm.
you know? Just like that TikTok trend, how would they know? You
Yeah.
know, they'll continue developing, and if you really did stop, you're going to be behind, whether it's months, years, whatever that pause period is. They're going to be taking a bigger leap ahead of you. So for the fact that the world just is what it is and humans are what they are, you can't stop it. Once something comes out of the box, no matter if it's dangerous or not, just to be safe and use it as a deterrent against other countries, you've got to go along and you got to take the whole double-edged plunge on it,
Yeah.
and just ride it for what it is.
Yeah, jump in head first. I agree with you. It's an arms race of sorts in terms of AI, because we don't truly know what this can be. We have speculations, we have movies, we have, iRobot and things of that nature that have been around for a long time. So these are speculative things that humans have been able to come up with that, hey, maybe this could happen, but I
I think
don't
those
know
are
that this.
documentaries.
Say that again.
I think those are documentaries.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. If they are, we're about to see it play out, because we don't actually know what these can do, or if we do, they're buried in some CIA documents that we do not have the privy,
Not yet.
to
Not until
look
the
at.
next. Not until the next Discord leak.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's a whole nother story. But yes, and so I'll be interested to see how, as this continues to press forward, it affects our everyday life. For you and I, Crusader, it's great. It helps
Dude,
with
it's
titles
going to
on.
consume your life.
What's that?
It's going to consume everyone's life.
You think it's going to consume? Well, like, give me an example. Like, why do you
Yeah,
say
like
that?
right now, right? Our phone has consumed everybody's life. Everybody
Yes.
lives on their phone.
Yes.
Nobody lives without a phone
Yep.
attached to them, whether
Pretty much. Uh-huh.
whether it's to consume just content
Mhm.
and do whatever, or is to do straight up business and business meetings and sell products. It's phone nonstop, right? The AI will replace your phone, right? The AI will be the next step in innovation, right? Because we already know that we're moving away from the phone, right? We're going to go into smart glasses,
Yeah.
smart contacts, right? We're going to go into wearable technology, because eventually the phone's going to have to evolve to its next step.
Mhm.
And at that point, AI being integrated into these things, it's going to be just like Tony Stark walking around with Jarvis. Everywhere he goes, he has communication to it. He asks it a question. He's like, "Hey, I need to know about this. Hey, pull this up. Hey, make this thing happen." And it will happen that way. People are building smart homes, right? Where you have a smart fridge.
Yeah.
People are talking
Oh yeah.
about robots to cook for you, right? Elon is creating home robots like butler robots, right?
Mhm.
That's going to be integrated. So you're out and about driving around and you're like, "Hey, Jarvis, call Jarvis 2.0 at home and tell him to start cooking, right? I want this and this for dinner." And then the robots be like, "Sir, master, we're out of eggs." Be like, "Yo, tell the fridge to go order some from Amazon."
Well,
Amazon's
you can do that right now.
Amazon's drone, right? No, the robot's gonna tell the fridge,
Okay.
"Hey, if you ain't got food, make the order." Right? Then the fridge is gonna order it to Amazon. Amazon's gonna come swooping in with their drone, drop the eggs. The robot's gonna catch it, start cooking it up. So everything's gonna be hands free, and you're gonna be just interacting with your personal assistants AI, and you're not gonna have to worry about anything.
And you
And
know
you're gonna
what?
become dependent on that.
It sounds kind of like a wild conversation, but at the same time, it's not. We already have cars that are self-driving. That's
Yep.
happening, right? Literally, you'll see people get into vehicles, like going to be in Austin, Texas here in a couple weeks. They have the self-driving stuff that's rolled out there. You see it and you're like, look over and they're like, where the hell's the driver? You know what I mean? That you never thought
Dude.
you'd see. We're seeing it. The refrigerator thing that you just said, there's a smart fridge that we were looking at that literally like takes a snapshot of what's inside your. I know there's some stuff that you have to do, but it can keep basically a
It keeps
grocery list, and
track
you
of
can
what
it
you
keeps track of what's in there. And then
Yes.
it says
And it
bing, and
builds a
it dings
profile
you.
on you.
Yeah, it builds a profile, and then it tells you or tells Amazon or whatever, it'll add to your grocery list. This is not far off taking that next step. The drones are already happening. I think Walmart has rolled some out. I know that Amazon has got
Amazon's
some
got
of
'em.
them. Yeah,
Yep.
so this is absolutely happening. You can't
Wait till
avoid
they
it.
take the driving wheel, the steering wheel out of the cars. That's
Oh
when
yeah,
people are gonna be like, "Oh my god, there's no steering wheel anymore."
just not even.
Wait till you walk into one of those and you're indicted for a crime that you don't even know about, and the car just takes you straight to prison, straight to jail. You think you're going to your date or whatever it is, and you're getting in your private Uber. Yeah, you're like, hey, why are you turning here? Don't worry about it, sir. Boom, right in front of
Locked
the
up.
police stations, delivered.
You're locked in. You're locked in
You're
until
locked
they,
in. You ain't getting out.
until they give you the, they give it the go ahead to let you out. Yeah. What's the movie with Tom Cruise where they predictively tell
Minority
the crimes?
Report.
Minority Report, right? We are headed towards that type of a world. I get it. It sounds nuts, but just look. It was not too long ago that it was a crazy feat to be able to when I remember when MapQuest. Okay, let's go back before MapQuest.
Dude,
You literally had to look at a freaking map, right? If you couldn't read a map and you had to go somewhere, not happening. You got to learn how to read a freaking map.
You have to print out the directions, like go on this road, make a left at this
But
other road.
think about that though. So then that happens, and I remember being a young driver at that point. Now, Dad, print off the MapQuest for me or whatever. I don't know where I'm going. Boom, you've got that in the vehicle. Boom, 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 boom. Now I can be literally any freaking where, put an address, or just tell Siri the address, like out loud, talking in the car. The car says, "Hey, here's it going. Hey, you missed your turn. Here, let me give you an alternate route." It's getting wild, and it's happening. It's happening so fast and fluidly that the little changes you don't even notice it. It's just like part of what
It's wild to believe that 10 years ago, social media was barely a thing.
Yeah, it's
Instagram.
We have moved.
Instagram came out in 2012.
We have moved at a fast rate. Secret Soul Society says Keeper or Crusader on ATB tonight. I'm not on tonight. Are you on? No.
Nah, bro. They stopped inviting me. I'm gonna have to call them. But yeah, what's up?
Come
bro?
on now.
What's going on, bro?
That is not a true statement.
What? They haven't emailed me in like 2 weeks, bro. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? Am I dropping too much heat with the Fugazi?
Dropping too much knowledge over there on
heat,
ATB.
That's
right. They couldn't handle the heat, so they're going to keep calm, cool, collected Keeper on there because he doesn't drop too much knowledge. Doesn't want to hurt anybody. Yeah, so
he doesn't read the articles.
Yeah, right. They're like, oh, you guys sent me articles to look at. Oh God, let me just go off of what I can think of right now. Okay, cool. So moving on, and I do actually, just side note, Crusader, I have a hard stop at 350. Just letting you know. I didn't tell you that earlier, but I do. All right, next up, let's dive over to, if I could. Oh, this is super cool. We've been talking about technology, right? So this push protocol thing that's coming out. Smash that like if you haven't already. We have 45 people up in here. I expect to see 45 likes. And if you are not following us on all the other socials, follow us. Make sure to hit the bell notification. Do your thing. Push protocol drops wallet-to-wallet video chatting feature. So I'm not going to read all of this that I've highlighted, but decentralized communication network Push Protocol released wallet-to-wallet video chatting feature on its Web3 messaging platform Thursday. The CEO and co-founder told Blockworks that adding video calling to Web3 products is similar to how groundbreaking video calling was for Web2. It says video and audio calls are just a way to enhance the Web3 communication in a Web3 native way. It basically enables a communication rail for anything Web3 that developers want to do. It also allows crypto-inclined individuals to not have to rely on platforms such as Gmail or Zoom, which aren't peer-to-peer, to engage in transactions with another. So, Crusader, let's play this through. I need to make a transaction. It's overseas. I don't know who or why the peer-to-peer needs to happen, but I effectively, from the wallet, right, which I have crypto availability to move crypto, I can just stay on the platform. I don't have to go through Google. I don't have to go through Zoom. I can video call this person, negotiate details, and then make the freaking swap in a Web3 native way. Dope, bro. I like it. Can I mean, thoughts?
I mean, it's great unless you're one of those dumb criminals trying to do a deal,
trying to offer it.
We got you on
they
video,
hit you up.
sir.
The feds hit you up, and they're like, then
we got you on video.
Hey, how you doing?
Then you get into your smart card. You're like, bro, I just made the greatest deal of my life. I'm getting $500K, right? And you get in your smart card. Your smart card takes you directly to jail. You're like, damn it! They already got the video evidence.
Yeah, dude. I think it's cool though. I think that they are trying to. All of these
So it's
companies
like
are
a
competing for market
FaceTime.
share.
You're doing like FaceTime, but on the wallet.
Yeah. Yeah, literally, just as simple as utilizing Web3 and Web3 technology and NFTs and da da da. And instead of having to jump on Telegram, send somebody in it, da 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 da, now I can just do the video call right from there. They've got it already set up as messages before. We're just basically texting back and forth. Okay, that's cool. It's the
That
next
would be
step
pretty
in the
cool
Web3 protocol.
to
Boom.
hit up people on wallets through a text message, right? Because
Yes.
there's like on OpenSea, right? As an example, you're trying to buy an NFT,
Mhm.
maybe it looks really rare and it's not up for sale. There's no way of contacting that person that owns that
Mm-mm.
NFT.
Nope.
Absolutely
That's a
zero,
great point. Yep.
right? So it's like it would be great for these platforms to allow you to communicate like a social media. Be like, hey, I see that you have you have ownership of this NFT. I want it. It's not up for sale. Would you sell it for me? Yes, no, right? And they can, just like everything else, they can filter out the spam. You have to accept the message and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So
Mhm.
that would be technically great. I would wonder how private the
Ah.
video conference video would have to be
Glad you
because
asked.
yeah,
So I dove farther into this a little bit because I was wondering the same question. And on the forefront of it, it was able to it would give the wallet address, but not the information behind the address. So you would be able to see the wallet address. So you would know what the wallet address was, but you'd see that anyway in a transaction
but
on
what about
on
like
on
the
Etherscan.
recording itself or like the video stream? Like how private is that? Is that like interceptable? Is that something people can
So yeah,
find? Is that
well,
something that the company keeps and then sells it to the feds to go get you?
check this out.
You know,
So let me pull this up. You can tell if you can still tell if a wallet is communicating with another wallet. This is from the outside looking in, but not the content. The way we do it is by double encryption, which means a PGP key, whatever that is, like WhatsApp, is generated for each user locally, which is used to encrypt and decrypt the messages. We hadn't even talked about that. Great question, dude. But yeah, that's what's
okay.
happening. If you understand how that works, it's end-to-end encryption on the video, the
It's not
calls
great,
and
but it's
messages.
better than nothing.
Yeah. Why do you say it's not great?
Oh, because WhatsApp is end-to-end encryption, but Facebook still knows, right?
Yeah.
There's always ways
There's
around it
always that.
from the back door on who can access and who can't,
Right.
and whether they admit or they don't. Right, it's not as secure. So it all depends on how much access does the actual ownership company have to like fugazi their way into the encryption.
Yeah. So cool stuff coming up in the Web3 space. That's definitely one of them. Let's touch on ETH, and then the moment you guys have all been waiting for, talk about Ben getting locked up. Talking about BitBoy going to jail. We'll talk about that in just a second. 198 million in Ethereum staked to the network in the last 24 hours. It's almost like Keeper told you this was going to happen. At least a few Ethereum enthusiasts are bullish as ever on the network. Per data collected from Nansen, gross staking deposits have hit 198.7 million or 94,800 ETH over the past 24 hours. The staking has taken center stage following the Shanghai upgrade, obviously. This change allowed users who potentially had their ETH locked up for 2 years to finally withdraw their holdings. Staking is when the users pledge cryptocurrency to the network to keep it running. Here's what's interesting, Crusader. I dove into this farther because I didn't understand part of this. What was happening was anything on top of, so when I went and staked 32 ETH on the network, anything on top of that 32 ETH, I was not earning rewards on. So I'm going to tell you what's happening here and what they're predicting and forecasting. People are, let's say I put 32 ETH, I made 2 ETH during that time period on the 32 ETH, which I think was about the average number within a
Really?
certain amount of time. It was
That's
good.
it?
What do you mean? That's still in a 2 ETH off of 32
In
ETH?
2 years?
I think it was 2. I think it's what it was.
Yeah, dude. That's
I don't know
pretty
about the
solid.
whole time. I don't know about the whole time, but I think that's what it was. So
Damn.
regardless,
It is what it is.
whatever that number was, right? And so what's happening is now I got 34 ETH sitting there in that particular wallet, and I'm only getting paid on 32 of it. So
Yeah,
what are they
only
doing?
32 is working.
They're pulling the 2 ETH off, but here's the cool part. People are now restaking. They're basically pulling it off and then putting it right back on the network, which is kind of what I was talking
Can you
about
do
around
that?
the
Can you
blockchain.
is it still required to have full 32 ETH to stake, or can they like just stake whatever they have?
Oh, I don't know right now. I don't know. I know the upgrade made a lot of different change. I don't know. I would have to look at that. I'm glad. Remind me to look that up because I do not know. If you know in the chat, do you still have to have 32 or can you stake basically any amount at this point?
Yeah,
But
just
the
like
way
any
that the
other.
article was written kind of made it seem like they were pulling the 2 ETH and then just restaking it. So it sounds to me like you don't have to have the 32 anymore. Somebody tell me in the chat. I'd love to hear that. So that's what's happening with Ethereum. Do you see this continue to pump, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bullish, right? Like the more people stake their Ethereum, the more, there's less liquidity out there. There's the more transactions that happen, the more ETH gets burned. Overall, it makes ETH more and more scarce. ETH needs to lock up a lot more of it, right? Because I think it's one of the few smart contract platforms
Here
that
we
has
go.
the least amount.
32 ETH to run the node, but not to join a staking node.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can stake any amount just on a node. Basically they have the joint
Yeah. So you just get paid out your percentage of whatever,
percentage
how
of
much you stake.
Yeah.
So just like anything else. Okay, cool. That's perfect.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
But yeah, man, I mean, overall, it makes ETH more and more scarce. So staking, definitely improving those numbers to stake on ETH and making it higher, more liquid, always good. I did not like the idea of just locking up my 32 ETH for two whole years.
That's why I didn't do it.
Hoping that it would someday come out.
Yeah.
That's
literally why I didn't do it.
I think I didn't do it. I think that's good.
Yeah. I'm excited about it. I want to see ETH continue to pump. I think Ethereum is kind of slowly but surely making the changes that are necessary to continue to grow. And they do have that first mover advantage. It is the largest network by far. They're going to have competitors. It's going to have its hills and its valleys, but I believe that it's going to continue to rise up into the right long term. So I'm excited about Ethereum. I actually have been wanting to, with the amount of ETH that I have, I should be staking. I've just always been so I'm so damn, dude, as wild as my life used to be and the just stupidity that my life used to surround, the fact that I'm scared to stake some ETH, right, on a freaking computer protocol was laughable. But the reality is I have been very hesitant, and I will tell you, it has served you and I very well. We stayed out of some protocols that we were going to earn some yield. Oh, they went down. They got smoked.
Anchor, out of Celsius, out of BlockFi, out of all of it.
Yeah, we talked about all of that, and we're looking at things to do, and we missed. So at any event, I'm not trying to scare anybody. Just really, really, really feel good about whatever it is that you put there. Not financial advice, because
what
you
would be
don't.
Really cool?
No.
What would be really cool?
What?
It says it requires 32 ETH to run a node. If, like, let's say you
want to do Danger Close Alpha node?
No. I wouldn't even know how that would work. But what I was gonna say was like Bored Apes, right? Bored Apes are like 50 ETH. So imagine if you have a Bored Ape and then you could use that Bored Ape to run a node instead of instead of having the 32 ETH, but like, hey, I have a Bored Ape and I'll put up my Bored Ape into the contract and it subtracts the worth of it, and it's like, hey, you can run it and then you don't have to be liquid, and it's like you could give utility to NFTs that way because it has the floor price, has the value of 30 ETH. So something pretty cool. Maybe something in the future will happen like that for NFTs.
Yeah, that'd be super dope. That's a really cool idea. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. If you haven't smashed the like yet, smash it. Let's talk about our boy, BitBoy, Ben Armstrong. Check this out. So, YouTuber BitBoy ordered to appear in court to face lawyers' harassment claims. Armstrong said lawyer Adam Moskowitz and his firm, quote, will be dealt with in response. So Ben has been ordered to appear before a Miami court next week to iron out allegations of harassment directed at class action attorney Adam Moskowitz and his firm. The lawsuit alleges multiple online influencers solicited the sale of unregistered securities in promoting the defunct cryptocurrency exchange FTX and seeks over $1 billion in damages. They will be dealt with, and this isn't going to turn out well for them, or like they hope, Armstrong said in a Twitter message. Once again, the Moskowitz law firm has shown they will blatantly lie and make up false allegations in an attempt to get attention. Armstrong claimed he never received $1 from FTX, and he plans on filing a countersuit. Now, let me show this right here. Let me switch over to if I could get, all right. Let me show you this tweet, and then I want to speak on this. All right, here it is. Here's a couple tweets. Daily reminder. Well, this is actually a copy of an email, but you are a pussy. Thank you, Ben Armstrong. Me getting your legal license taken is not a threat. It's a promise. You know what? Okay, so let me just say this. We know Ben very well personally, so I'm going to stand up for him on one side of this, and I'm going to talk on the other side for the other. And this is nothing that I haven't said to Ben. I was actually just talking to him earlier today to make sure he didn't care if we put that wild thumbnail on there. First of all, it is very easy to track payments. If a freaking company like FTX paid Ben, I don't care what the dollar amount is, right? There's going to be a paper trail, okay? It didn't happen. So they are barking up the wrong tree. I know Ben really well personally, family man, overall, like he's a really good guy. The thing that people have trouble with, and this is why part of the reason why he does so well also, is because he's very freaking vocal, right? Does he, from what people would consider, cross the line from time to time with maybe how far some of the, some of the texts and emails or tweets or whatever go? Yeah, maybe, right? But at the end of the day, he's a crypto influencer, and the attention on it is never bad. And also, it's just flat out not true. And so I would be pissed too. Though I might handle it differently, I still would be very upset about somebody trying to throw my name into a lawsuit just to basically chase clout as per using my freaking name. So Ben, keep pressing, keep holding strong, bro. I know there's other stuff out there too that they are trying to throw at the wall to see if it can stick. But the reality is it'll play itself out, and they're going to find out.
I was going to say this, but somebody beat me to it. Now I can't claim credit because I told you before the show, but nobody will believe that I said it.
What?
Sack Nasty goes, the Trump of crypto.
That's so funny. You literally said that exact same thing. That's really funny.
Yes. It's exactly that, right? He's very outspoken. He's not out there to please people, whether you like him or you don't. It's just he is who he is, and there's nothing wrong with that. And it's just people just feel a certain type of way because people believe that this world has a certain guidelines of rules of how you need to behave and how you need to speak to other people. And when somebody accuses you of something that is false, you just have to play nice with that person because that's how you should. It's like, I don't need to play nice with anyone if they're accusing me of something that I know is a blatantly lie, and I'm going to prove that it's a lie, right? So it's just people are too sensitive now.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Always. If you didn't see my TikTok post from yesterday, you want to see something sensitive, jump on TikTok and check out my little Subway interaction.
Yeah, talking about sensitive, right? Like nobody's talking about how the lawyer, let's say, right, comes out, Ben wins this case.
Yeah.
Bam. Proven. Is anybody going to come after the lawyer for lying?
Well, yeah, there's a countersuit. There's a countersuit.
Yeah, but I'm saying like people themselves. Like,
oh yeah,
I understand the suit, but like, will people come after the lawyer and be like, "You asshole, you whatever"? Like, you literally slandered this person. No, nobody's gonna come after him.
No, probably not. And I think Billy's right here. I pulled this up a second ago. Promoting and being paid to promote, two different things. Yeah, it'll all come out in the wash. At the end of the day, this is all about being loud, being outspoken. These lawyers are pissed that Ben is effectively embarrassing them in front of all of his followers because he has a massive following. It would suck to have your name plastered all over the place. But the reality is they have a false allegation that's on his name. Knowing Ben as well as I do, the reason that he's so vocal and how he is about this in particular is because you're basically speaking into my life that I am a liar, that I am a cheater, that I am doing things that I would not do, that I don't stand for, and that I don't believe in. So I hope this gets washed out quickly and that he can continue to move on. Well, Crypto Fam, I have got to go. I am going to be late for a meeting. But I love you guys. You could be
That's
anywhere.
What we call them nowadays. Meetings.
Yeah, meetings. You could be anywhere, but you are here with Debate Crypto on a Friday. So each and every one of you have a blessed weekend. Please don't drink and drive. Have a wonderful weekend. Stay out of trouble. And just remember to question everything.
Trust nothing.
And until next time, hodl.
Like it's hot.
We'll see you soon.